MrBugz in your ear hole. Keep MrBugz in your ear hole. Keep MrBugz in your ear hole. You're now tuned in to MrBugz Show. Keep MrBugz in your ear hole. Keep MrBugz in your ear hole. Keep MrBugz in your ear hole. You're now tuned in to MrBugz Show. Keep MrBugz in your ear hole. Keep MrBugz in your ear hole. Keep MrBugz in your ear hole. You're now tuned in to MrBugz Show. Welcome to MrBugz Show. We do podcasts, not your normal radio. Available anytime you need it. You can take it on the go. To miss it, there is no reason. One day a week, indie, mainstream, hip-hop, and R&B. Interviews with actors you would love to meet. Spoken word and sit down, those political seats. Authors and musicians. New books every week. Contemporary gospel and jazz. Just to give your soul the truth.
I'm going to give you what you give for.
Keep bugs in your ear hole.
I've got the means to take you back.
You got to keep that bugs in your ear hole.
I'm not here to kiss you softly.
Bugs in your ear hole.
I promise to be good to your ear hole.
One day a week.
Hey, yo, what's up? It's MrBugz here, chilling live on location with two awesome, talented people. One I knew for about, 15 years?
15, 16 years,
16 years, something like that.
Yeah.
And one I just met about 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago, something like that? Something like that.
Just in person today.
Yeah, absolutely. This is, we got Ralph Parissi, Joey Albus. They make up the group, Albus.
Albus, yeah.
Albus.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. What's going on, guys?
Go. Not too much. We're excited to put the album out. And
Yes.
Been working for a while, and it'll be fun to see what everybody thinks about it.
Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of really fun, exciting stuff coming up. It's kind of a little more taken off than I don't even know if we were prepared for this, but it's fun. We're having a lot of fun with it. It's there's so many things that you guys are gonna get to enjoy coming out very soon.
Videos and live shows and stuff like that we just can't announce yet, but we're getting there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So the release is a week from today,
Yes.
which is next Friday, September 30th.
Yes.
What kind of things you have planned for the release? I know it's going to be on all the online outlets.
It's going to be pretty much anywhere you can download anything online. It's going to be streamed on Spotify and Apple Music.
Cool.
Tidal.
Deezer.
Deezer's a big one.
We have
Okay.
literally never heard of until we went to put this out.
Yeah.
Apparently it's a streaming site. They're up and coming, I guess.
Deezer.
Yeah, and they sent, after I signed up for it, they sent me an alert saying, hear the new hot, fresh sounds from Albus. And I was like, they're repping our album.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, go download the app for that.
Yeah.
I'm going to. I've never even heard of Deezer before.
We hadn't either.
We hadn't either.
Yeah.
It's at stores that we've never even seen before. But and then we have the actual physical copy coming.
Okay.
That you'll be able to buy that as well at shows and through us and stuff. We're going to try to get it in some online stores and things
Okay.
like that.
Cool.
Oh yeah. I'm really excited for launch day. Just because I don't think I've ever really had an album on iTunes before.
Right.
And it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be fun. The entire day is gonna be. I'll be working, so that's fun. But afterwards, I'll probably celebrate a little bit here. Just kind of have my own mini party. I might buy myself a cake.
You should.
Hey, a reason to buy cake. I
Yeah.
buy cake all the time. I have about 8 birthdays in a whole year. Happy birthday, Austin. Happy birthday, MrBugz, you know. So, let's just get that into it. How did y'all, connect? I know your history, Ralph, and the music and everything.
Sure.
We'll talk about that a little later. But, how did you, Joey, get started, doing music and everything? What did you do?
Okay.
How did it go?
Well, I was an actor, and then I moved up here. I was in a band called We Must Save the Princess.
Okay.
And we did a couple tours. We played all kinds of shows, over hundreds and hundreds of shows. We kind of went our separate ways, creative differences, completely amicable. And then I just kind of got that itch again to write music. And I had been promising a solo album for a while now. And then once they started asking me, hey, are you going to write music? Because I was doing a lot of studio covers for YouTube at the time.
Okay.
And they would listen and they go, hey, are you going to do any original music? And I was like, I probably should.
Right. Right.
So I started writing. I recorded my first single, Silent Poets. Shot a music video for it, and that was received really well. So I was like, oh, maybe this could be something. I wrote a couple more songs, released them. Really, really good response, really great feedback. And then how I ran into Ralph, I knew Ralph for a while. Just passing, we were acquaintances. We talked a couple times.
Right.
He came out to a karaoke night one night, and I watched him do This Is How We Do It.
And, I bet he killed it though, right?
My signature song. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
It's one of my favorite songs of all time.
And I went home, and I was like, man, he's good. Mm-hmm. And so I hit him up. I said, hey, do you want to write a song with me and be featured on a track? And that's kind of how this entire thing started. We met up at my other apartment, wrote a song in 6-7 hours.
Yeah.
Went in a couple days later, recorded it, and then that's kind of where this took off a little bit.
Yeah.
Started getting some feedback from some people, and people kind of pushing us to do some more and said, you guys going to write together? You guys going to do this? And my whole take on it was, he asked me to guest on this thing he was doing. I liked everything that I had heard from him so far. Mm-hmm. It was very electronic pop. It was like a pop punk adjacent.
It was like emotional electronic pop.
Okay.
But the thing that we did was really, I felt like it was different than what he was doing.
Right.
It was very dubstep-y almost, and kind of like almost like a trance house beat.
Okay.
And we just put kind of the words to it that we felt went with the song, and the reaction was really big. So we went, well, let's write a couple more and let's goof around. He said, well, do you want to write some more for the album? And it really just turned into this whole thing, like, okay, and I don't even think I had the option. Joey was just like, so we're a duo now. Like,
it was kind of a forced issue of, hey, as long as you say yes, this is a duo now. We have a V in our name now, and we are now an electronic indie pop duo. What was really cool, kind of going off what he was saying about what we did compared to what I was doing, is I was doing, like I said, emotional pop that had some electronics in it. We kind of blended like EDM, dubstep, trap, radio pop all together, but we added these. It's very story mode. We put very sincere lyrics.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what Nick Jonas's new album is. Everything he does, it's like the saddest thing,
right?
But it's the bumpiest thing.
Yeah,
it's so upbeat, but it tells a very good story, and it means something,
right?
And that was what was really important to me, is to actually mean something. I don't want to talk about my non-existent cars or my non-existent mansion or my non-existent women.
Thank you. Because that's what most of the music is nowadays.
Yeah.
People talking about stuff they don't have.
Yeah.
The life that they never lived.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I always love when I hear someone come out and it's all about like how big they blew up and how many houses they own. You're like, this is your debut album. How rich were you? Before the single dropped?
Yeah, right.
His mom gave him a small loan of $1 million.
Yeah, exactly. Small loan like everybody gets.
Because whenever I was writing my original stuff, it stemmed from, it happened at 4 a.m. I had been trying to write a song for weeks, and I just had this crazy writer's block. And at 4 a.m., I was just wide awake because I don't sleep,
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, I don't sleep. And I just said, why don't I just write a song about not being able to write a song? And then I just had this conversation of, it's about to get really intimate with yourself.
Yeah.
So that's where it kind of stemmed from. I couldn't thank Ralph enough for coming and joining on, because it's been a whirlwind over the last 2.5 months.
Yeah. It happened really quick, but we worked really hard at it. I mean, we would stay up till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning writing and bouncing ideas off each other. And I had always written, I never really wrote with anybody. I would come in, if I was in a band, I would have like pre-written a song, come in and be like, okay, let's set some music to this, let's do this.
Right.
To actually sit down and do the whole process with somebody else was eye-opening to me. And it was definitely, I thought when it was done, why haven't I been doing this the whole time?
Exactly.
Because it was nice to say, okay, this works, this doesn't work. You get immediate feedback from the other person. So I think that's why the songs work so well, is there's so much personality, and we really pick and choose what we're saying, when we're saying it, when we're dropping a beat, and when we're actually telling a story over it. And then our producer, sound engineer, Chris MrBugz, he is a wealth of ideas. And so we walked in with these like unmolded balls of clay going, we're going to sing these.
Right.
And we'd sing them and he'd go, okay, that's good. I have this idea. And then every time he said, I have an idea, it was the best thing that he could have done and opened the song up. Like there's one of the songs I sent you, Take Our Time.
Take Our Time, okay.
Take Our Time has this guitar solo at the end that was not there originally. And Chris just basically sat there and he goes, I have an idea. He reached over, grabbed the guitar, and within about 5 to 10 minutes had laid down this Prince, John Mayer-esque, weepy guitar solo thing at the end.
Exactly what
over this
it's
pop song that
And I sat there and I was like, I always wanted to sing a Prince song, and I feel like now I get to.
Right.
That guitar was just so like, it just grinds, but it also just sits in the background real nice. He had, for almost every song, he had something where he added something to it that I think makes the song. That it wouldn't have been as good without him.
Right.
So really, we're almost a trio.
Yeah, almost. If you can call him a silent member, he's a silent member.
Okay.
It's really awesome to finally write with somebody, because when you write by yourself, you come up with this melody and you're almost locked in. But when I'm writing with Ralph, I'll come up with this melody, Ralph will come up with this melody, and we have such good chemistry together that Ralph can look at me and go, hey, that sucks. And I'll go, oh, okay. And then...
Hey, at least he's honest with you.
Absolutely.
That's what you need.
Absolutely. And it's great to really play off each other, put two emotional backgrounds into it.
Right.
Ralph is the king of wordplay. If you listen very, very close to some of these songs, there's little tiny bits of wordplay in there that you wouldn't catch if you're just listening. But if you critically listen, there's all these little quips and wordplay things that without Ralph, I never would have had that.
Right. Right.
So it's really cool, and he's right. Chris we took him these, he said an unmolded ball of clay that was very direct. It was, here's a song. And he opened that up. He made these songs huge. There's so many tiny little things in each song that now stand out.
Yeah.
That we never had.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
So yeah, huge shouts out to Chris. He's we call him our musical wizard. So
Yeah.
Now, Chris, did he do like all your music?
No.
Or did you do like all the music? How did
Music
that?
is actually, there are several DJs that we kind of worked with.
Okay.
And purchased beats from, actually.
Okay.
DJ Shadowkey. If you go online and look up his stuff, he's a private DJ. He makes house beats and stuff like that. And we went through the catalog and we kind of emailed and said, we want to use this, we want to use this. And, Nunya, Bass Cave Beats,
man, that guy is...
Okay.
These are people who are just like writing instrumental tracks and saying, do something with this.
Right.
And so you go in and you kind of go, okay, I like this, I don't like this part, we're going to elongate this part, we're going to mess with this. So, a huge shout out to the DJs that we work with to make the beats. And then, Chris took those and added something to it. But yeah, if you go on and you listen to, anybody out there who's looking to write and wants something to kind of bounce off of, there are a ton of like DJs out there selling their stuff, saying, here's a beat, have it.
Here, boom, take it.
Add to this is your layer track, add to it, do what you want to do.
Okay.
So we credit them on the album completely. They were absolutely any communication back and forth with them was great. They were very encouraging, helped us with all the tracks and everything.
Yeah, it was really great. And what we steered towards was, we're just two guys making pop music, so we kind of steered towards DJs who were, not huge.
Okay.
They were more, centrally smaller than the larger DJs who make radio pop.
Right.
Because we're in that same boat as they are. So it was really cool to mutually kind of help each other out and do that. Like they're just wonderful, wonderful guys.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And the process was so easy. They made it so easy for us to get all those track outs and stems, and it was just like a snap, and it was done. So
Okay. Yeah. Good deal. So you're talking about the track "Take Our Time."
Yeah.
Explain a little bit about that, because that's the first track that we're going to actually play.
Okay.
So just explain a little bit about how the song came about.
I love that you looked at me. So it played. We listened to it over and over and over again, and there's a lot of really cool dubby stuff in this big chorus, and we were like, we kind of want to tone that down, but still keep it there. It's radio pop, so it's got to have that,
Exactly.
So we just kind of played it, and a lot of our songs have this story to them. If you listen to them in a certain order, you could almost call it a concept album.
Yeah, it's almost the beginning, middle, and end of. I mean, all the songs are very relationship oriented. Either unrequited love, the end of a relationship.
That's what I got
jilted
from
lover.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we know, and what I think the best songs are written about relationships.
Absolutely.
Because it is the human experience. Everybody meets people, they like people, they fall in love, they fall out of love, they get their hearts broken.
Right.
I think those are the things you can relate to the most, and they're the easiest to kind of write about, but the hardest to get right.
Right.
And not sound like you're writing from a cheesy junior high girl journal point of view.
That's it.
So a lot of this is grown-up love. And I think Take Our Time is the best example of that.
Absolutely. I'm playing off what you just said.
Yeah.
It's parked in my head when he says grown-up love. This is adult love. This isn't a Triple X song.
Right.
It means.
Yeah, no, it can be though. We can totally take it that way.
You can totally take it that way if you want to.
Video. But what it is it's about this guy, and he just got out of this. He had his heart broken. He wants to forget about this girl. And so much in modern dating and modern relationships, it's hey, boom, we're talking, boom, we're dating. Did we make the right choice? There's all these questions, blah 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 blah. Everything seems rushed to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's about this guy who he moves on past this girl and he meets this other girl, and he's kind of saying, hey, can we take our time? Just I don't want to rush into something. I want to get to know you and love you, and I want to know that I didn't make any mistakes. I want to know that this is right. So it's kind of pulling it back from the modern dating and doing a traditional courting almost, like and that's kind of I think where we both agree on that. I'm an old soul. I like to have a long dating period.
Right. Exactly.
I don't want to rush into anything. I'm 26. I got time.
You do.
But yeah, so I mean, it's a real cool story about a take on modern dating and kind of pulling it back a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to go. We'll take our time. We're going to be back. MrBugz Show. When we come back, we're going to talk about Ralph's history in the music biz. And, there might be a song or something that you've heard.
I don't know if they've heard of it.
I don't know.
We'll see.
This is MrBugz. We'll be back, y'all.
Tears on the nightstand, her echoes in the hall. I thought I'd forget her when I broke a picture on the wall. I wasn't looking for a pastime, I was looking for the last time. Like a song on repeat, same old beat, then you go off key. Well, the note that you wrote me, I'll be damned, well it broke me. Now I'm on my knees, begging please. Baby, when we're not unbroken, then honey, there are no straight lines. Maybe we can smash our watches, maybe we can take our time. Maybe we can live forever, baby, we could crack the sky. Soon it's not midnight, let's just take our time. shines and you're mine. Baby, mama, not unbroken. And honey, there are no straight lines. Maybe we can smash our watches. Maybe we can take our time. Maybe we can live forever. Baby, we could crack the sky. Soon it's not midnight. Let's just take our time.
Hello, this is Carrie Schaefer from CS Fitness, and you're listening to the MrBugz Show. Are you interested in getting into the best shape of your life? Allow me to design a workout and meal plan that are personalized just for you and your fitness goals. One-on-one and group cross-training sessions are available, but do fill up fast. Contact me, Carrie Schaefer, by phone at 740-632-6406 or by email at carrieschaeferfitness@gmail.com for pricing and availability. Don't forget to mention product code MrBugz for 10% off of the final cost of a personalized plan.
All right, welcome back to the MrBugz Radio Show. That song was great, guys.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah,
We're very,
absolutely.
very proud of that one.
Very proud.
It has a good build. It's danceable. It's kind of slow.
Yeah,
But it still tells a very nice story. And I guess that we can announce that there's a stay tuned. There's going to be a lyric video dropping for that
Yeah.
song here very soon.
So
Okay.
sometime next week before the album comes out, we'll actually have the lyric video for Take Our Time
nice,
Out.
nice, good deal, good deal. So we got the little background about Joey, how we got his music started and everything. Ralph, it's on to you. I know, but they don't know.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sure they did, because, you know, my fans are your friends, you know, and you creep people too, so, you know. But anyway, just let the listener audience know a little bit about, you know, how you started doing music. And like we said before we cut out to the music break, you have a little bit of history.
I do.
You know, maybe about playing something funky, maybe. I don't know.
Some funky music.
Maybe.
There's a skin color involved. So my family has like a real musical history. My great uncle, my dad's uncle, is Rob Parissi from Wild Cherry. They're the ones that wrote and sang Play That Funky Music. One hit wonder, but
That made him lots of money.
made him lots of money. He now lives in Florida. He's got like 2 houses. He's got a boat that I think he just sold. He's got a small, like, I don't know if it's small, but it's a car collection, like Rolls Royces and things like that.
Oh, Rolls.
So
Oh,
no
okay.
one can tell me that, you know, being a one-hit wonder is a bad thing.
No,
you know?
no, unless you're Milli Vanilli.
Yeah, exactly. When you're a disgraced one-hit wonder.
Yeah, exactly.
Even they, I think, technically had 2.
Yeah. That.
But you know, he was in and out of bands. I think Wild Cherry formed the end of the 60s, and he was that song broke 76. They put 3 more albums out after that, and they just never did anything. But he continued with, you know, the music up to a few years ago. He was writing like jazz songs. He was like, I guess, hitting pretty well on the jazz charts and working with some well-known jazz artists, like some Henry Mancini type of stuff. That was doing pretty well, and then he just decided he wanted out of it, didn't want to do it anymore. So, you know, he's been down in Florida and everything. My dad has been in and out of bands for years. I mean, when I was a kid, I would go see his groups play. They were more like a classic rock cover band sort of thing.
Okay.
Then there's my brother Ian, my brother Taylor. Ian and I are 8 years apart. Taylor and I are 10 years apart. And they have like more talent in their thumbs than I have like overall. They can play anything and everything. They can sing. They write. I mean, Taylor, for example, he just put an album out.
Okay.
And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he performs under the name Sam Rockwell, Machete Champion.
Okay.
I think it was just something he came up with on a whim and it stuck.
Yeah.
He tried to change it a while back, and then he already had so many hits on like YouTube and stuff from it that he was just like, well, I guess I'm just going to keep it that way, and if Sam Rockwell sues me, then I'll just cease and desist.
Right.
But, so I mean, he writes the most clever lyrics. Ian can pick up an instrument, and he probably knows how to play it in like 10 minutes.
Okay.
So he's been in and out of bands, and actually Ian was in a band with Joey called We Must Save the Princess.
That's it.
They were a little heavier, pop punk, screamo at times. So that's kind of how I got to know Joey from there. But I always liked to sing. You know, I play a little bit of acoustic guitar, enough to kind of be good enough to sing along with.
Right.
I don't play like lead or anything like that. I never really took the time to learn because all I wanted to do was sing. So I sang in some bands, but really in high school it started because I was in my senior year play after doing 3 years of sitting out the play because I was too scared to be in it.
Right.
So like nerves got the better of me. I would always go watch the play and I would always think like, I can do that, but I'm terrified to be up there. You know?
Right.
So it was my senior year, last chance. They were doing Grease. So I went out and got the part of the teen angel who sings Beauty School Dropout. I think that's when you and I started talking.
Yeah.
And on the heels of that, got invited to be in a band called The Crux with a few friends that were just kind of putting something together, playing some area things.
Okay.
We did a couple years. We changed our name to Primal Lemon, which our bass player still uses for his recording company. You remember Primal Lemon?
Yeah.
We wrote our own stuff, and we also did covers and things like that. But we were doing pretty well for a while, and then the drummer went to college. The guitar player moved away. We just kind of fell apart like groups do. You know?
Right.
So then I played acoustically, went out and did some shows, put out a very poor quality album in like 2003 that was just some acoustic stuff that I look back now and go, well, this is like a 19-year-old who has no idea what the hell he wants to say.
Exactly.
And the guitar playing was mediocre.
Right.
So it was but I would play in shows and sell that, and that was cool. And then I got married, I had a kid, how things happen.
Exactly.
Life happens. You end up going towards the job and what pays your bills. And but I mean, always I had I go to karaoke, sing in the car, sing in the shower. That's what anytime anybody asks me, do you still sing? Because they either saw me in the play or show I did called Give Me the Mic, that was like a singing contest show.
Okay.
Which people still, that was in 2004, and people still come up and remember that from NBC.
Yeah.
But I always tell them, car and shower. I still sing in the car and shower.
Yeah.
If you show up at a karaoke night, I might be there.
Right.
And then Joey kind of, like he was saying, we met at a karaoke bar. I knew him because he was in the band with my brother. But we had, really talked in passing. We had, just exchanged some, hey, how you doing? I know you're the guy that sings in the band with Ian. And then after karaoke one night was when he was just like, hey, do you want to come sing a song on the album? And I was just like, well, yeah, cool, I'll come and sing. Well, he sends me a beat. He says, we're going to do something with this. I said, okay, cool. I show up at his house, and I realize very quickly into it, he wants me to write the song with him.
So another level now.
Yeah, I didn't expect that. I didn't come prepared to write a song. I thought we were just going to sing, record it, put it down, whatever. That would be it. It would just be a Joey Albus featuring Ralph Parissi. That would be it. And then what ended up happening was, we in like 7 hours wrote this song, Can't Go Back, and it just ended up sounding really good to us. And that's when my Uncle Rob, who I was talking about, he had emailed me and said, hey, I saw on social media that, you were in the studio doing a song. What's the deal with that? I didn't know you were, singing at all.
Right.
So, yeah, we got this thing, and I'll play it for you. So I sent him an MP3, and he, like, within 10 minutes, he, like, emails me back. And he says, call me now. Mm-hmm. And this is, like, it's my uncle, and I know him, and he's family, but I know he still knows some people in the music industry and all that. And so I called him back, and he was like, this sounds really good. Who did what? Who sings what? And I think he was the one, he had really encouraged us to put together, like, 4 or 5 more songs on the strength of that one, and said, you know, get it out there. Here's what you do. Here's the steps to go through. I can help you and direct you and whatever. So, I mean, he was a big influence on the direction of where we went. And really, the fact that 2.5 months ago we didn't have anything and now we have an EP, we really worked very quickly to put it all together and to make it sound really good. And we had a lot of help.
Right, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, so, you know, just to kind of interject, we, a lot of people would look at the time span that we put these songs out and they'll go, you know, wow, that was really quick. But they're looking at the months and the days. If you look at the hours that we put in, and that's a huge thank you from me to Ralph. I mean, I'm a single guy. I do work 50-some hours a week. Ralph is a full-time manager, has a wife and kid, and we're still putting in 10 hours a day after work and kids. So, I mean, for him to take that time away from his family couldn't mean any more to me, and like it just shows what kind of guy he really is. Yeah. And I couldn't ask to work with somebody better, you know.
Right.
I will say, my wife is very encouraging. I mean, she's always I've been with Holly for 13 years now. We've been married for 9.
I never did get you a wedding present.
Oh, well, you got to give me something.
I got you.
I was going to say something, but no. So my wife was always very encouraging when I was playing acoustically and very into, you know, follow the dream. If this is what you want to do and this makes you happy. Yeah. So, I mean, I really do have to thank her for, you know, letting me, you know, telling me, you know, you can go out, do this with Joey and do that. You know, I really think that, you know, having support in your family, having support from your friends to continue to do it really, really helps. And also, Joey's kind of a slave driver and demands that I be here certain hours. So I just always tell her, my boss is a real jerk, and he needs me there, and he can't do anything without me. He's completely helpless. Yeah.
I don't. If he calls off work, I don't have anybody but to replace him with that day.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's true.
That's it.
We need a backup.
I hear you. So, what is a studio session like between you two?
Oh, man.
14, 15 hours.
Multiple 14, 15 hour days.
Yeah.
There's a lot of nonsense that happens. So you're in there for 14 hours a day. Obviously, not all of that is singing. Yeah. And not all of that is editing.
Right.
You know, it's a lot of listen back. It's a lot of idea discussing. But, I mean, once you get, what you're finding out right now is once you get Ralph and I in a room together and let us talk to each other and other people, that can either be a really good idea or a really bad idea. Because we'll just go on and on and on. Right. Some of it nonsense. Some of it's important. Right. Other of it has nothing to do with recording or any of our songs. No. Other stuff, you know, it's just
Facebook breaks, vlogging breaks. Hey, watch this music video break. I mean, we really just kind of goof around. We have a lot of similar interests.
And that's good.
Yeah, we really bounce off each other. But yeah, studio's actually really fun.
So much fun.
Yeah.
We and the great thing about it is, you know, you look at pop stars and whatnot today, and no, I'm not referring to us as pop stars.
No, God, no.
Everybody. But you look at them and they go into this gigantic studio, and to me it looks like such this high pressure situation. And because Ralph and I and Chris have just this chemistry that is unnatural, it's unheard of. There's no pressure there. It's really 3 musicians hanging out, creating something. Right. Throwing ideas around, and, you know, if Ralph goes, you know, oh, by the way, did you see the new whatever video? And we'll be like, no, and we'll just stop and watch. You know, it's just 3 guys hanging out, which turns into an extended period of time.
There you go.
I always think that the best stuff comes out of when you're just goofing around. It's the ideas that you have when you're not being serious, when you're not pressured to come up with something, that you end up coming up with, like, gems. You end up coming up with something like, we were goofing around, and here's a lyric. Right. And we were goofing around, here's a beat. And we were goofing around, here's a guitar solo. Right. You know, so I think when you like what you do, and when you're having fun doing it, that shows the people listening to it. Mm-hmm. And if they are having a good time listening to it, it's only because we had so much fun recording it.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I could tell your studio sessions are crazy.
They're crazy.
Yeah.
I got to get in on it when the LP is.
Yeah, we do the LP.
Yeah,
we'll let it come down. You can do like a live podcast.
We'll do a live podcast. Yeah, for sure.
That's something I always wanted to have, like a studio video where I used to Twitch stream all the time, and now I stream on Periscope and Facebook Live. I always wanted to like do that live from a studio, like showing the creative process.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of pizza involved. There's a lot of whiskey involved.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
You know?
Creative juices flowing.
That's it.
Yeah, it's the go-go juice that we need.
That's it. So, yeah. Go-go juice. So let's talk about the next song we're going to play, titled Follow.
Follow's the first single.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How did that come about?
Follow was the first thing that we wrote when we decided we were going to be a duo. We wrote Can't Go Back first. Mm-hmm. But then that was the first one that we sat down and went, okay, we're actually a group now. We're taking this seriously. We're going to write something. We wanted something upbeat, something catchy, something that really had a really strong hook that I think Follow has.
Something that's real, people can dance to, they can bump to.
Exactly.
We want it to be upbeat, fun, and just radio juicy,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And we kind of like played the hook over and over again, and we were listening to it. Remember, Joey came with the first verse. Like, he had it done. He knew what he was saying. And he sang it to me, and I was like, okay, that's the direction the story takes, is that this relationship is, everybody's telling me this should probably end. Mm-hmm. Things aren't going well. If you love something, let it go, like the song says.
Right.
But I'm not following that. That's not how I operate. Mm-hmm. And it sort of became this song about just, we have more in common, we have more than other people outside of the relationship are seeing. I don't think we should give up on this yet. I can't seem to follow through on breaking it off.
Okay.
So it's that holding on to a relationship that you might think and others might think is poisonous, it's hurting the both of you, but you're at that thing where you can't rip the Band-Aid off yet.
Right. Because, there's always that chance of, this might actually be the one, this might actually work. I need to know completely before I let this go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which really says a lot about relationships today, because for somebody to hold on that long, mm-hmm. it's kind of like a mix. You see a lot of people breaking up, getting back together every two weeks.
Yeah.
And then you have that friend who just, they hold on. And sometimes it works out beautifully, and sometimes it ends in heartache, and
mm-hmm.
that just destroys them.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that exists is, great storytelling, and shows a lot of, the human side of being a human.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, here we go with Follow. Albus in the house, baby. It's MrBugz.
We are the diamonds, we are the echoes in the night. Stories of others, fictitious lovers come to life. You were my music, now you're my muse and reason why. Everyone's talking, everyone's watching, I can't hide. This is just how it has to be. This is the art of letting go. If you love something, let it go. And if it comes around back to you, they say that's when you really know. But I can't seem to follow. No, 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 I can't seem to follow. We are like criminals, we move like animals in the dark. More than subliminal, we're a conceptual work of art. dark 'cause the sun went down. Then you might never see the stars. If you love something, let it go. And if it comes around back to you, they say that's when you really know. But I can't seem to follow. No, 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 I can't seem to follow. We are the diamonds, we are the echoes in the night.
This is The Voice for ATAZP live on Blog Talk Radio. I want everyone in the sound of The Voice to listen to MrBugz, the MrBugz Show on Blog Talk Radio. Again, this is The Voice. You feel me?
Yo, welcome back to the MrBugz Show. Chilling here with Ralph and Joey. They make up the band Albus. What's up, guys?
Not too much. We're having fun.
Having
Yeah.
a lot
Good.
of fun.
A lot
Yeah.
of fun, a lot of fun. Thank you for wanting to do this.
Thank you
Thank
for
you for
wanting to do
asking.
this. Yeah, seriously.
I mean, you know, you sent me the music and everything. Like I said, I was blown away.
That's awesome.
I'm like, this came from you. How about? All right, wow. So I mean, it's just going to get higher for you guys, man.
I hope
Thanks,
so.
man. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
yeah, absolute true talent, true talent.
Thank you.
So I mean, so let's talk about the album. It's getting ready to come out September 30th.
September 30th.
Yeah. So what kind of plans you got going on for it? What you got going?
Joey?
I'm gonna have a beer.
You gotta have a
I'm gonna
beer.
buy a cake, and I'm gonna sit on my couch and listen to it, and eat my cake and drink my beer, and be the happiest person in the world.
There you
Yeah.
go. There you
Yeah.
go.
No, I can't. It's really just. It's still crazy to us that 2.5 months ago we had none of this.
Right.
And in this span of time, we have a legit album that people are already buying. Lots of people are already buying on iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, and it's just like, what is this? You know?
Right. Right.
But I couldn't be more excited. I've been waiting. It's ever since we announced it at the beginning of the month. When did we announce it?
Like September 1st.
September 1st.
Because we
okay.
dropped the single September 7th or September 6th.
Yeah. I've been like a little kid waiting for Christmas to come around. Like, this is my thing. I want you to hear it. The way
Yeah.
I don't like waiting.
Right.
Well,
right.
what's been hard is we've also had people tell us, like, we want to hear this now. Can I get an early thing? Like, friends of ours that know us are like, hey, can we listen to the rest of the album?
Right.
And we've been sticklers of we
Yeah,
want
and
everyone
you gotta
at the
be.
same time.
You gotta be. That's
they-
why I didn't even ask. I started to. I was like, Ralph is cool. You know, we've known each other for 16 years.
Maybe
Just
you,
like
maybe
Joey.
you. We got
I'm
the
like,
interview. You're
I don't
actually
want to
part of
ask
the
that.
class.
Let me
You
keep it
should-
professional. I want to be with everybody else on September 30th and listen to
I mean,
the whole
And
thing.
people have offered us money.
Yeah.
3 times what we're selling the
Oh, I
album
believe
for. To
it.
go, hey, I need this right now.
Yeah.
And we're just like, we want to.
Yeah.
We do, but
Yeah.
which is crazy. Like everything involved in that is just nuts to me.
Right. Right.
Was I didn't know what the process. So, I didn't know how to.
We thought we
Well, that
had
would
done
not-
the hard part.
Yeah, exactly. And then we recorded everything. We're like, okay, now we just upload it. We do this, and I mean, the actual process of signing up to be like ASCAP musicians, to get the royalties, to make sure legally we own the rights to our songs.
Exactly. It's a process.
Copyright stuff.
It's a process.
Going on TuneCore, figuring out the stores we were selling it through, release dates, pricing, all that, became like this, this is why pop stars have people.
Yeah.
This is why you have lawyers and accountants and all that.
Yeah.
And we're basically just two guys running a mom and pop shop at this point, doing our own accounting, doing our own legal stuff. So it's been eye-opening, but it's been a process that it's been very fun to be a part of. And to actually see this, I mean, I'm very excited for the release date of the digital EP. On October 4th, we'll actually get the physical copies of the album in a box, shrink wrapped with a UPC barcode. I mean, it's a real thing.
Legit
this
thing.
is not burned on our computers and then light scribed onto the thing. These are professionally produced, mastered. Everything about this has been, we did it the way that they do it.
We had to put the right things on the album cover. We had to get all the legal stuff. The legal stuff. And he's right. It's been so eye-opening. Because, again, we both thought, we recorded these, we did the hard part.
Right.
Not even close.
But you know how to do it now.
That's the thing. Is next time it's going to be so much easier. And the fact that we already have these established now, then it's just plugging it in later. Which is really awesome. I know, somebody's going to have to stop me from just hugging a large stack of our CDs and, breaking them.
It's that we gave birth to a child sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's that this is a part of me.
It's the same feeling,
Yeah, well, you're putting something of yours out into the world. I mean, it's a personal out. I mean, songwriting in general is a very personal process.
Yeah,
it is. When you're putting your lyrics on something, when you're telling a story that maybe you've lived through, or something emotional that happened to you, or even just putting your voice on something and sending it out there, it's this really weird feeling of people are now going to hear this.
Right.
And in the past, I've been real shy about letting anybody hear or read or anything that I did. And now this is sort of once it's out there, and it takes on a life of its own.
Yeah.
And if it gets heard by the right people and we end up doing something beyond just in the tri-state area, that would be great. If all of our friends download it and like it, that's also great.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just one of those things where everyone's so critical of themselves, and it's before now, at least with me, it's been I'm putting these songs out there. All my friends are going to hear them. They're going to tell me what they think. Some people outside of my friends are going to hear these. They're going to tell me what they think.
Right.
This is crazy because this is the world. And I'm not saying we're going to go platinum worldwide.
No, but anyone can.
Anyone has the ability to hear this and like it or criticize it. And I feel like it's the first time in my life that I'm ready and I'm going, hey, listen to this.
Yeah. Absolutely. And you won't know who's listening.
Exactly.
I mean, that's the thing. We didn't know. We checked randomly on iTunes. We had reviews
from people that we didn't know.
Oh yeah,
and they were like he said, they were writing paragraphs.
Yeah,
and I think everything is 5 stars knocked on board. It was nuts. I screenshot it. I was like, hey man, look at this.
So none of this is tooting our own horn at all.
No,
we know we're two guys from Steubenville.
Yeah.
But it's very weird to have people say nice things on something that you use every day. I've used iTunes since it came out. I've had an iPhone since the 3GS.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's one of those things where you go, oh, now I'm a part of this community. Whether it's a small part or becomes a big part, you release something and then it's open to criticism. It's open to people buying. It's its own thing.
Right.
And I think that's why we're so excited to get out and do shows and talk to people that have heard it that maybe we don't know very well, that are going to see an ad on the Facebook page that we run and say, hey, I'm going to go see that show. We've heard from our friends. We love the feedback from our friends, but getting this out to strangers, who are going to show up the show and have a sign.
Yeah.
We could possibly be signing stuff or selling T-shirts.
And we just had a weird thought. Just had a lady comment on one of our posts that said, "Hey, can I pre-order a thing?" And I said, "Yeah, you just pre-order." And she goes, "Only if you two sign it." And I was like,
"There you go.
Wow.
There you go."
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's a very weird experience.
So, is there going to be any type of autograph sessions or anything like that? I mean,
well, we have. We're doing an EP release party, which will be selling the physical album there on October 22nd.
October 22nd.
That's what we're looking at right now. We are in the process of confirming all the details, other acts.
As soon as we get those out or lock them down, that'll be out. There'll be a poster. There'll be all kinds of stuff because we
Yeah.
want everyone there.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
absolutely.
just a fun time. It's gonna be a
Absolutely.
party. I mean,
So
I'll be there.
we'd be more than happy to sign anything there,
Yeah.
or if somebody wants to order a physical copy and they say, "Hey, sign this before you mail it to us,"
Yeah.
we will do that.
Yeah.
Okay,
100%.
Yeah.
we're gonna attempt to get it in like Sam Goody and
Yeah, it'll be sold on Amazon, Sam Goody, stuff like that. We'll be
Okay.
able to sell it out. Right now, if people want to follow us on Facebook, friend us. It's just Albus Music on
Albus
Facebook,
Music.
Albus Music on
Okay.
Twitter.
With a
at
V.
Albus Music.
Albus with a
Albus
V.
with a V.
Remember that.
ALBVS. And we have a YouTube page where you can find the videos. So I mean, any upcoming news or anything, we will, trust me, we shout from the mountaintops. We will be in your face with updates and statuses.
There
and,
you go.
everything else.
Absolutely.
There you go.
We you know, like you said, it's been a crazy ride, and now that we know how to do everything, he's right. You know, this is why pop stars have people,
Right,
Because
right.
you know, it's just two guys writing the album, recording the album, coordinating the iTunes release, all the other releases, the physical release, doing the artwork ourselves,
Doing our press.
doing our own press, you know, coordinating videos and
Yeah.
talking to directors and all that. It's just nuts. And now,
Well, I mean, I know that going back to my uncle, you know, when he came out with his song, it was, you know, you give it to the record label gets it on the radio if they can, gets it played somewhere, gets it placed, gets it on a chart. Now there's so many outlets for music. You can't just go in and hope to get played on the radio. You've got to get a YouTube following. You need a Twitter following. You need like 1,000 likes on Facebook for promoters to consider you for concerts.
Right.
You know,
Right.
so it's this, how much of the youth or how much of the people that follow you online are going to bring you in and bring dollars to a club. So, I mean, that's really the area we're working on now is building the following. You know, we will go back. We already talked about writing some new stuff and having some stuff in the vault to get ready and record next year an LP.
Okay.
To play live at shows, to test stuff as we get to
we don't
open
want
up
to be
for
behind the curve. We want to be ready. We don't want to have to be, you know, hey, we're putting out this debut full length album.
and then
we
sit on it
gotta
for
write.
6 months.
Exactly.
We want to
Exactly.
we want to be prepared. We're going to be prepared. I mean, we're going to be prepared. Probably we'll play out the EP for close to a year, I would say.
Yeah.
But we're going to start writing ASAP. We've already bounced ideas off of each
I was
other.
about to say, I'm sure you have some ideas rolling.
Oh,
Now
yeah.
he says we'll sit on it for a year. We record 6 of these new songs. He's going to be wanting to get them out ASAP.
You're
Yeah,
going to hear
right.
something. Just know, we're not going to release all of them.
Joey can't sit on anything. Joey's ready to shove it out there the minute it's
Oh, yeah.
recorded.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Just one request. When you start releasing new music, can I be the one
Oh yeah.
to release
Oh
it
yeah.
first?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
On my
Absolutely.
show?
You can
Yes.
have the exclusive rights to the next single.
That works. That works. So where do you see yourself in the next 2 to 5 years from now?
Hopefully doing some touring.
Hopefully,
Maybe
yeah.
a couple albums under our belt.
Yeah.
I'd like to, any area acts as far as like the Pittsburgh, I think for us anyway, being from southeastern Ohio, Pittsburgh is kind of the music scene for
It
us.
is.
Yeah.
And it's
there's
a good
a-
music scene too. A lot
it's
of
a
people
great
don't
music
think that
scene.
it is. Trust me, it is.
There have been so many acts that I followed since I was old enough to go into clubs and watch bands or drive myself to Mr. Smalls, Altar
Yeah.
Bar,
Yeah.
Nick Fat City, Rex Theater.
No.
You know, there's all these places up there to perform, and there's electronic acts, there's rock acts, there's rap acts.
Yeah.
I mean, look at some of the acts that have come out of that area. Wiz Khalifa is
yeah.
from
Yeah.
Pittsburgh.
Dea is
You know?
from Mount
Dea
Lebanon.
There you
is
go,
from-
yeah.
So I think people are starting to recognize the Pittsburgh scene, and a couple artists have really legitimized it. So I wonder if, we're in the right time, right place to go to Pittsburgh and, open up for somebody. We want to get as many contacts as possible. We'll come out, we'll play 3-4 songs, open up your show, and we'll leave,
Right. Right.
We just want the opportunity to, I think, get in front of fresh ears and an audience of people that we don't know, that can give us real feedback of people that we know aren't trying to spare our feelings.
Absolutely. I hear you.
We have some other things planned, upcoming. We have a show, this weird, awesome, televised, thing at what the West Liberty asked us to come do. We're going to go
gonna
play
tape a
6,
segment
7
with them.
songs. They're going to tape it. It's going to be broadcast on Comcast 14. Is that what that
Yeah.
is?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Local affiliate.
Yeah, it's gonna be real fun. Right now we're just kind of looking for, some sort of representation,
Right.
Because we do feel, deep down that we have something.
Absolutely. You
And
definitely do.
It's something that, again, I haven't heard something like this in this area.
No.
And
And that's
like-
not. I mean, do not take that as dumping on anybody.
No,
They're
absolutely.
talented. We have a lot of talented friends.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, yeah.
that we've
Yeah.
seen their bands play. We've seen from like rap artists to rock artists to everything. I mean, there are people in this area, but there's just not an outlet for it within town.
A lot of
Yeah.
people can't always travel to Pittsburgh all
Exactly.
the time.
Exactly.
You
And I
know-
mean, there's just no. When you look, you have hard rock, you have metal, you have indie, you
Right.
have, all these. There's a giant, to me at least, take this as you will. To me, there's a giant radio pop void that I think that we fill very nicely.
Yeah, I think so.
Um,
Absolutely.
And that's both, again, a blessing and a curse.
Right.
Because it's really hard to find outside of Pittsburgh somebody that we can go, hey, let's jump on this show.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
we're going to make some strides there. We're talking to a couple of different of the Pittsburgh promotion companies saying, hey, here's 3 of our songs. You can get us on with someone that sounds like this. If we know them or not, we'll listen to their stuff and we'll go up and play.
Absolutely.
And we'll basically, and even if a harder act wants us to come
Yeah.
out and play a few songs,
If you want us to open your
comedian
show,
wants
you
us to
want
open for him, we're good.
There you go.
We're down. Like, I'm not going to turn a show down because, I personally myself like an eclectic array of music
Yeah.
when I go see a show.
Right,
Having
right.
an all metal show or an all rock show is great, and I'll go
Yeah.
see that too.
Yeah.
But when I can hear an indie band, a dance band, a metal band, a rock band, and then you throw in this pop act, it's like I really got my money's worth.
Yeah.
We're both
yeah.
huge fans of like the Warped Tour.
Okay.
That, you have this wide spectrum of you've got your screamo, and then you've got your pop punk, and then you've got your electronic, you've got your ska. You've got a lot of different acts. Those are the festivals that I always like going to
Right,
because every hour you're seeing a different type of music.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
I'd like to think that there's people that we would mesh with that aren't exactly EDM, that aren't exactly pop dance. But a few years ago at the Warped Tour, they had Katy Perry. Now, if you look at Katy Perry now and you go Warped Tour material with all these alternative acts, it's very confusing to
Right.
think of it. She broke that summer.
Yeah.
That was when I Kissed a Girl came out. And
Okay.
she got into that whole scene.
Yeah.
And they just sort of booked her on this tour. That would be phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
And
you got in with something like that.
And Warped Tour makes it really accessible. They have that Ernie Ball battle of the bands, and
Yeah.
absolutely. Why wouldn't we try to play?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
it's there, the opportunity's there. Why wouldn't we try? If we don't, we're still gonna go.
Right.
But I mean, if they're like, hey, we don't want another pop punk act,
Yeah.
we want a pop act.
Right.
Hey,
Right.
hi guys.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's it.
Our philosophy, I think, is if there's a stage, we'll go ahead and play on it. If you want us to come play, we'll come play. And
Yeah.
if you like us, you like us. If not, we'll take that and run with it and see
Yeah.
if there's anything we can change to
Yeah.
make us, more liked by a wider audience.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't
I
think
think-
there's anything you'd have to change. I'm just
I think
being
we're
real.
both very, very minded in the fact of, a lot of people take constructive criticism the wrong way.
They do.
We definitely don't. That's the kind of stuff I want to hear. Like, as much as I love hearing, hey, great song, great, this. In my head, I'm going, is there anything we could have done differently?
Yeah. Tell me about the beat. Tell me you didn't like where it dropped out. Tell me the vocal here is not strong. And then we know how to change that
Right.
and evolve in the future. Joey and I have both been around a while, played in different acts. He's done numerous stage performances, Broadway shows. Like he said, he was an actor.
Right.
So,
Right.
he was nothing but immediate feedback. Stage
Yeah,
acting
absolutely.
Right,
is immediate
right.
feedback. You go on a stage and you do theater, people are going to tell you right now, directors, audience members, you're going to know if people like or don't like something. So I think we both take constructive criticism well.
And you have to be in this business.
Exactly.
You can't.
Exactly.
I mean, if you
have an
can't,
ego.
why are you in it?
Exactly.
Just drop the ego. You can't have an attitude about it. People are genuine. Now, if someone wants to troll you, that's a different thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think it's important to listen to the critics as it is important to listen to the fans.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
Just got to find that nice line of, this is this isn't personal.
Right.
Yeah.
This is fully professional.
Right. Absolutely.
Because honestly, if you take it down to its core, you know, it's not so much appeasing them, but if they're not happy, you know, if they don't want to listen to you, why even do it?
Yeah, exactly.
If you're not putting out something that
They're not going to ask you to
people
come
wanna
back
hear,
and play shows.
You're right. So, guys, I had so much fun with you guys.
Thank you so much. This has been awesome.
Yeah, definitely. You want to go ahead and get some shout outs?
Yeah.
Bev could go ahead and get some shout outs.
Lots of shout outs to Chris Vagagis, the
Yes.
silent third member here. Sierra Mortimer, she does a lot of our videos and graphic stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
Shouts out to Taco Bell, because I'm about to buy you.
Taco Bell.
I'm about to buy some Taco Bell because I need it.
$5 Phillip.
Cheesy Gordita Crunch, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you.
That's the best thing they ever did was come up with that $5 box.
Oh my gosh. Another huge
Taco Bell
shout
should
out.
really put an ad on this.
They
I think.
should.
It's my
You know,
favorite
and that's the
point.
thing. We're not paid to say that.
No.
Apparently, you have to say that now. We're not paid to say that. But I mean, if Taco Bell wants to flex us an endorsement, they can. You know what I'm saying?
We'll lend one of our songs to a Taco Bell commercial.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Another huge shout out to Ralph. Again, none of this is possible without him. And on that, shouts out to Holly for not, killing me for stealing her husband away for hours upon hours a week to do music. Just everyone that's kind of given us feedback. Really, when we say it means the world to us, it really does. It just pushes us that much further to, hey, people like this. This could be a thing.
Right.
Let's keep doing this. As much fun as we're having, that just enhances it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely.
Shout out to Chris. I mean, I know Joey said it, but I mean, we were both blown away by what he
Absolutely.
did with the recordings. And we'll definitely, when we record in the future, we will be going back to him.
Absolutely.
We just worked so well together.
And on top of that, let me interject real quick. A huge shout out to Danny Coleman at Central 8 Studios.
Danny Coleman, I was going to say Danny.
He mastered those things, and they came out sounding like, better than I could have ever thought. So,
Right,
thanks.
To my family and friends that, really just have encouraged me and us. Shout out to everyone that heard the early tracks and told us to keep going.
Yeah.
Shout out to my Uncle Rob for, pushing us to do some more.
Definitely a huge shout out to Rob.
telling us
He
that
played a big part in us continuing doing what we're doing.
We needed
so.
4 or 5 songs that were solid and put something together and had us work extra hard to try to churn out something. To Joey, I mean, he basically forced me to do this, and I couldn't be happier that he did.
Right.
He really didn't leave me a lot of options, and that's I'm the
He
kind
didn't
of
have a
person.
choice.
You don't have a choice in it.
If you want to pull me out of my shell, you really cannot give me the option to crawl back in it.
Right.
So
Right.
really, he got me out there, and I'm deep enough in this now that this is what I do. So we're gonna go ahead and see what happens with the future of it. And there's no going back now.
There you go. So we're going to end this on Can't Go Back.
Can't go back.
Can't
Can't
go
go
back.
back now.
Explain a little bit about it, how that came across.
Okay, so this is the song that started it all. I mean, this is
the first one we sat
is
down
the
and wrote
song.
together.
I asked Ralph, I said, hey, you want to be featured on a track? He said, yeah, which turned into, hey, we're going to write this together. He came to my apartment, 6-7 hours later, we had this song. And I feel like at the time when just writing it, we both walked out of there going, hey, good job.
Right.
And then we recorded it and we went, oh, hey. We kind of had that reaction of what just happened. And this is the song, after this, I really didn't give him a choice to leave, so.
I mean, this was put down, and I had it on my phone. Chris gave us a rough copy of it when we were all done, and I played it for everybody that I could play it for.
Absolutely.
It was one of those, what do you think of this? Is this something? Is this... And I think everybody had the same reaction to it, and it really encouraged us to continue. Can't Go Back is really the jilted lover story.
Right.
It's the I found out she cheated on me, and now we can't go back to what we had before. Remembering all the fun we had and all the stuff we did, but while that was happening, I was really kissing fingerprinted skin. Somebody else had left their fingerprints here, and I had no clue.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's such a poppy, upbeat, dancey number. that you almost forget the jealous rage that runs through the core of the song.
Absolutely. It's the Nick Jonas effect.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, so I mean, it's nice. It's very dancey. It's got a nice drop into it. This kind of was, whenever we recorded it, we were like, hey, this is a direction we really want to go and stick with. Top 40 dancey radio, dub, trap pop.
Right.
That was a mouthful.
When you listen to it, the end of the song is an 8 or 9 part harmony that's me, Chris, and Joey layering on this church choir sound. Chris was instrumental 100% in that. I really like the way the song leaves you almost on this wanting more. We had it compared to, and while we were doing it, also, this is very Gangsta's Paradise Coolio.
Okay.
The end of that song, the way the choir sings.
Yeah.
We did that, I was like, I think we just did a Coolio number. I don't know what we just did here. But it really adds something to the song. I'm very proud of the way it came together, of the way when we wrote it. It, like Joey said, it didn't feel like it was a solid thing yet, and then we recorded it and we walked away and we went, that really sounds like it's a real song. It's something that I'd hear if I turned on the radio right now. Kiss FM would have this on.
Right, there you go.
Absolutely. I guess to finish off, one last thank you to everybody that sends us those pictures of them listening to the songs.
Yeah.
To everybody that comments on our statuses saying, hey, I can't wait for your album. Everybody that sends us videos of them dancing to the song in one way or the other.
And thank you to you.
Yeah.
You asking us to be on the show, we were kind of blown away going, oh, he wants to why does he want to interview us? So that was really cool, giving us the opportunity to talk about the music and to sit down with you before I haven't seen you and actually sit down and have a conversation with you.
Really haven't had a
15
conversation.
years.
I haven't had a conversation with you since our class reunion.
Yeah, that's about it. That's about it.
Yeah.
So, to actually sit down and get to talk with you, we'll have to catch up more.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, hey, thank you both for being on the MrBugz Show.
Thank you very
Appreciate
much.
y'all. Much success.
Thank you.
You want to have it. Can't wait for the album to drop.
Thank you very
Can't
much.
wait for it.
Guys, make sure September 30th, next Friday, go get it on iTunes, Amazon
Google
Music,
Play.
Google Play.
It'll stream on Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, Tidal. It'll be on all the big ones.
And it's $7. Go pick it up. I promise you, you will not regret it.
Yeah.
And for those of you who are not in the 21st century, you
can download you can buy the physical CD right now if you go to our Facebook page. Basically, at this point, just let us know you want a copy. But they will be available at some point in the Steubenville Sam Goody store.
Okay.
And they will be available on Amazon as well by the middle. I think by the time we do our EP release, they should pretty much be available. We will link everybody to where they can physically buy it and not have to just say, hey, I want a copy. Here's some money.
Yeah,
that's it. That's it.
They'll be able to purchase one through a retailer that they can, it's not us going, oh, let's package this and ship this out.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is really nice.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. Well, there you go. This is MrBugz. Hope you enjoyed this. We're going to go with Can't Go Back. Once again, thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate y'all
so much, man.
All right, now.
Skin. I didn't know I was retracing other fingerprints. You had one hand around my heart, the other on my eyes. I probably should have felt his breath while you were kissing me. I guess there's more to the allure inside your mystery. An enigma that could only cut me down to size with your lies. Oh no, we can't go back. No, we can't go back. Oh no, we can't go back. No, we can't go back. Can't go back. Can't go back. Can't go back. No, we can't go back. can't